Welcome back, everyone, to our Making It Fun career mode gameplay series here in NASCAR Heat 3. So our last race was interesting. It can be a lot of fun to drive the 3-star cars or trucks. It can also be very frustrating. I had a lot of fun in that race. We had no speed whatsoever, and it was also an extra little bit of fun for me because I hadn't worked on a setup really for Iowa yet. So I just kind of threw some things out there, ran a couple of practice laps, and started the race. So all of that unknown really made it a lot of fun for me. We came home just short of where we needed to be for the hot seat. Not all that big a deal. It'd been nice to have the money. But in today's video, we got some stuff to accomplish, but the most exciting part right now is I don't know what our next race is going to be. You can see on the screen that it shows our next race is going to be on the dirt at the Jefferson Dirt Road Course. Well, I have pretty close to zero interest in running that race right now for a few reasons. First, I've tried to run it a couple of times just in practice mode to see if I was going to like it, and I just can't find the motivation to be interested in the track that much. The other reason is more specific to our career mode. We don't have a road course chassis. This is the only road course in dirt, so I have no interest in spending that money to purchase one, which means that we're going to essentially show up with not far from a solid 70s across the board strength car, and I'm just not interested in doing that. So I plan on simulating that race, and we're going to get our first opportunity, at least I will, to see what happens when you sim a race. Do we get money? Are we rewarded with a last place finish? Do we skip it altogether? I mean, I don't understand what happens yet. So we're going to find that out together here in today's video. But to start out with, there's one thing I do want to accomplish. Let's go into facility. And I'm going to click on adjust work plan just so I can see what's coming up next. Of course, we're going to simulate Jefferson, but then we go to Taggart and then Las Vegas. So we're going to have a normal track and then a short track. Okay, that should be pretty interesting. One thing I do want to do is under employees, we have our one lone engine guy who's at 13. I really want to train him, and let's get him up to 15. That will max us out at 85 on the engine, and that is, I think, perfect. Because what I want to do is start to work our way up just a little bit to see if we can start competing for top fives and victories. Again, staying away from these runaway victories. We're not interested in that. So another thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come back over to Andrew, one of our two suspension guys. And I'm actually going to, let's take him to 13. So we're going to train him. It's going to cost us a little over 8,000. But what this is going to do, the combination is going to give us a little bit of improvement, just a small amount in both suspension and the engine. So I'm hoping we can give ourselves that little extra nudge in performance to get to where we want to be, which is, like I said, ultimately competing for victories and top fives. And then when we have an off race, for top 10s. That's where I want to put us long term, not just in this series, but thinking long term into the trucks, Xfinity, and then finally into Cup. All right, so I think, let's see, I think we've got pretty much everything we need. We don't actually need to work on anything right now because we're going to sim this next race, and I don't really care what it does with that sim race. And I don't want to get our cars too powerful, so I'm going to skip adjusting the work plan. This time, let's go to next race and prepare for the race. Yes, we're done. Well, I guess let's go ahead and do adjust. Okay, I really want to back out of this. Is it going to allow me to do that? Is the question. It wants me to prepare for the race, and I know what it wants me to do. It wants me to do at least something on one of the cars. So I'll tell you what I'll do. I was hoping to be able to skip by this, but it's not wanting me to do that. So we're going to go to engine, and we're going to max out to 85 there, and then that's the only thing we're going to do. Okay, let's start the work plan. That's what it really wanted me to do. Okay, there we go. So now we can back our way out, and sure enough, we can simulate this race. So let's see what happens. Are you sure you want to automatically simulate the race results? Okay, so it's actually going to run the race. Whether or not we're part of it, I don't know. So let's see what happens. Let's go ahead and just use our short track car. Again, I don't really care a whole lot about what it does. I'll tell you what, let's just use this one. It's a little bit stronger. Who knows what's going to happen. So we'll use that one. It's not going to hurt anything. We finished dead last, made $4,600, and picked up 14 fans. Okay, I'll take it. We had an absolutely terrible car for it, but of course we'll get our incentive payout, $4,200 for our top 15s. Excellent. And oh, now we've got a message from our mentor.
Don't worry about that last race. It happens to everybody. Just stay positive and focused and you'll be fine.
Look at this message feed. Oh, Neil Pittler is a crazy maniac behind the wheel. Oh, that's great. So apparently our guy in the simulations didn't do so hot. So we'll go ahead and apologize. But that's pretty interesting that our driving apparently was severely lacking in that race. All right. Oh, it looks like our next race might actually be in the truck series. So we got a 3-star truck at Chicagoland. This is another place I haven't worked on a setup for. So it's going to be interesting to see. We need to get a top 22 finish or a top 25, depending on what it decides on when we get to the track. But we'll get $12,000 for our efforts. Excellent. So this should be a lot of fun. We'll see what a 3-star truck can do at another 1.5 miles. So let's head to the track. All right, it is race time at Chicago. Our qualifying effort was about 26th, I believe. So not all that good. Really about where I thought we would be. Nice looking truck there, the 83 truck that we're going to be driving. The main thing is, let's see what kind of speed we've got. I have no idea about this setup. I basically threw some numbers out there because I haven't really worked on a Chicago setup. In fact, this might be the first time I've actually been on the track in NASCAR Heat 3. I can't remember. But we're going to try to do everything we can here, and hopefully our setup and speed will be enough to get us into the top 22. All right, getting up to speed is no fun when you don't have the horsepower. All right, you can easily run this track wide open, but the AI not so much. So we'll see. Okay, so we had a little bit of speed there. We're going to be able to get underneath for the 23rd position. Okay, so far so good. 38 lap race. Oh, look at that. He took advantage of me quickly and to get below me. Okay, we're definitely struggling for grip here, so that's to be expected. We'll go ahead and fall back in behind these guys. Oh yeah, we are very low on grip. Hard for me to keep it down in the corners. I'm going to nudge this guy out of the way and let him know that we are here and we'd like to have a little room, please. Ooh, this truck is a handful.
Stay low. Careful now. Still there.
Oh. Wow. Come on now. Give me a little bit more grip.
Still there.
That was dangerously bad. All right, so I'm going to have to start backing up the entry and actually lifting a little bit. Ooh. Going into these corners, I'm going to have to, because we just don't have the grip if we have to hold it on the bottom like this the entire way around the track. Now, maybe if we could arc it into the corner, it'd be a little different story, but for right now, I'm going to try to ease this thing into the corners, and I mean, we seem to have enough speed to do what we need to do, because we're running 20th. And, I mean, we're coming up on these guys, so they're not running away from us. Oh, he's going to come right down in front of me. Yikes.
Car there's on your inside. Inside.
Ah, we got a car down underneath us now, so that's not going to be fun.
Inside. Inside. Inside.
All right, Self, we need you to go
Got one down low now. Got one down
because
low.
we're going to lose a lot of positions if you don't. So we're going to try to fall in behind this 2 truck. Oh, look at that. If I don't lift, let's see how we come off the corner. Deathly tight. All right, so that's enough of that. I've learned my lesson there,
Still there.
at least for now. So right now I'm coming back to, I'm trying to minimize how much I come off the gas in the corners, just so we can carry as much speed as possible. But right now I'm coming off to about 75–80%, sometimes a little bit more if we're in heavy traffic.
Hang tight there, driver. Hold this line.
But this is fun. This is fun. Chicago typically is not a very fun track to race on, simply because you run it wide open and the AI aren't very competitive when you have a full strength car. But right now, with what we have, this is actually a lot of fun to drive this track. This is what I was hoping for. So we're back up into 20th. We'll take that, at least if we can hold on to our position.
Stay on the bottom right here. Hang tight there, driver. Hold this line here. All right, now you're clear.
Okay, I'll take it. Up to 20th. Now let's see if we can actually get a little bit of a gap between us and the guys behind us. It'd be nice to have a little gap there. Well, we do seem to be pulling away a little bit from the back half of the field. All right, let's see how we do wide open going through here with a little bit of arc into the entry of the corner. Okay, not too bad. You can see we're really gaining on Coughlin as we head toward turn 3. Wow, okay, yeah, we gained on him nicely through there, and I did lift on entry because I wasn't sure what he was going to do, and I did not want to run him over. All right, same thing here. I'm going to back off a little early.
Yellow flag.
Oh, we got a yellow. All right, do we want to pit? No, we do not pit. B, do not pit. And A, to get ready for the restart. Okay, what is happening right now to my car? I am not doing that.
Starter has the green flag in his hand. Be ready here. Hammer down, man. Green's out. Car on the outside now, outside.
Now, the interesting thing that I've seen so far in career mode, if you pit during a race, when I've tested out with some of the longer races,
Careful now. Still there.
it seems like every time you pit, you come out in last place, or at least last place on your lap. Which is interesting and something I wasn't expecting. I didn't expect to have, the best pit crew, but good gracious. We could be running, 5th or something. And then you go into the corner, or not going to the corner, going to the pits, and you come out last. I mean, that is no fun at all. Does make for some interesting time passing cars, though,
Careful now.
and continually coming through the field.
All right, now you're clear.
Whoa, get out of the gas there. Burton looks like he had to get out of the throttle for some traffic in front of him. Again, our goal, since we're in exactly the spot we need to be in for finishing position, our goal is to try to pull away from the guys behind us and just have as smooth a race as we can and try to pick off anybody in front of us that we actually have the speed to pass. So we're coming up on halfway through the race, and things are going really good. For me, this is a great example of how you can have a lot of fun racing, in the back of the pack or mid-pack or something like that. It doesn't necessarily have to be for victories in order to have fun, at least not for me. As long as we got some good racing, then I'm all in.
All right, careful now. Still there.
See if we can make the pass on this guy.
All right, now you're clear.
All right, yeah, he's going to fight back, so we're pretty close on speed.
Outside. He's outside.
I don't know if we're going to be able to clear this guy.
Stay on the bottom right here. Careful, still there.
Yeah, he's coming back hard on us. Look at that. He got a great run through 3 and 4. So, good job, Fontaine. He'll take that 17th position back. And for us, I just like to look up in that rearview mirror and see that guys are moving behind us and not up to us. Unfortunately, we got looks like a white truck that is getting closer. Yep, he's coming hard.
Got one down low now. Got one down low. It's inside.
He was coming a little bit faster than I would like. I'm not too comfortable with the AI getting big runs on me because they get very aggressive. So discretion is the better part of valor right here. We'll just back out of it and see what happens behind this guy. Because we're just back to 19th, so we got plenty of cushion still left. And a little bit of open track here, it looks like. So maybe we can put together some good laps. All right, thankfully the truck is pretty stable. So I don't have to worry about spinning it out every corner. You can see Fontaine got past as well, so this guy's going places.
Halfway down, halfway to go.
There we go. There's the official halfway mark. Yeah, I don't think we're going to have enough speed to pass Fontaine. Not without him making some serious bobbles. But I am content if we can make it no further. I'm content with a 19th place finish. Alright, so we're going to get a good run through 1 and 2 on him. But that's about it. He'll stretch it back out as we come off the corner probably. And we got another truck running us down from behind. So I am going to go a little high. Oh my goodness. Okay, a little high, not that high. And we'll try to fall back in line. But this is going to be a little worrisome if this continues to happen and guys keep running us down. Because if they keep running us down, we're going to run out of positions that we can give up before we run out of laps. So right now we need this race to end as quickly as possible. I do love the aspect of having comers and goers in the AI cars. Like we've now gotten passed by 2 trucks that have come by us at a pretty high rate of speed and have driven away already. So it would do us no good to try to hold those guys up. We're not going to keep them behind us, and probably they would eventually just wreck us anyway. So those guys are, unfortunately, I don't see any goers right now. Nobody that is dropping back through the field that we can pass. Everybody seems to be going ahead of us instead of behind us. Good news is we do have a little bit of a cushion behind us. Looks like we got some cars back there running side by side. Maybe that'll keep them occupied and they won't make their way up here to us. Because we're doing all we can do right now in 20th. Alright, yeah, I'm gaining quite a bit on Fontaine here. I actually ran that corner wide open since I could arc it in. We'll do the same thing here. And we'll see if we are able to gain on him. Yeah, we're definitely able to gain on him. So he's not running wide open. That's for sure.
You stay on the bottom right here. Still there.
If we can pass him, I would like to. I just don't know if it's possible. He's certainly got us on motor. Because, as they say, his truck handles really good on the straightaway. So we'll catch up to him in the corners, run him wide open, but then we'll have to accept the fact that we don't have the speed on the straights. Oh, we're so close. All right, how many laps to go? 12 laps to go now. I'm really enjoying the fact that these hot seats are tense as to whether or not we're going to make it to where we need to make it. So again, we're playing on maximum difficulty. I believe it's called Legend difficulty on the AI here in career mode. And so far, these hot seats are really pushing me to the limit. And in fact, what is that? 2 of them now that we have not succeeded on. We've come up just short of the positions we needed. But we're in good shape here in this race, as long as those guys in our rearview mirror don't get a whole lot bigger.
Keep digging. We have 10 to go.
No, I was going to give it a try on the high side to see if I could hold it wide open and then get beside him on the high side, but it's just not going to happen. Listen to those tires squeal. It's odd that the tire squealing is a lot louder than the engine, which is helpful in feedback on how the car is doing, but I'd prefer to be able to hear the engine a bit better. All right, so we're going to try to draft this guy as much as we can, since we can't get by him. 8 laps to go, and things are looking good. Just try to tuck in behind him and treat this basically like Daytona or Talladega, where we're going to try to make maximum use of the draft. All right, I'm keeping a close eye on our rearview mirror, and those guys don't seem to be getting a whole lot closer, if any closer. And I like the look of that. They'll just keep that up. That'll make me very happy. Yeah, a little lift on corner entry helps out. You can hear the tires squealing a little bit. That's because the car just is lacking grip. We're getting all the grip that it's got. All right, so we should be coming up on 5 to go, I believe. All right, these guys behind us are definitely getting bigger in my mirror, so that is not good. We need these 5 laps. We need to hurry up, because this would be heartbreaking if we didn't manage a top 22 finish this close to it. All right, and yep, there's 2 trucks back there that are closing in on us. So that'll up the intensity just a little bit as we get down toward the end. All right, count them down. 3 more. And here comes a truck at a high rate of speed. Wow. Boy, when he caught us, he caught us. All right, so not going to be able to do anything with him. So I'm just going to try to drive in behind him. All right, 2 more laps. We got 1 truck that is on our tail, closing in on us. Hopefully he doesn't close in enough to make it an issue. The good news is, behind him there seems to be a lot of open track. That is a great thing, because he is coming hard. All right, yeah, he's going to force his way through there if I don't let him, so we're going to let him go on by, and now we cannot give up any more positions. Thankfully, there's only 1 lap to go, and nobody is pressuring us from behind. So as long as we don't blow a tire or something, we should be fine. All right, so it looks like it's going to happen. I was beginning to wonder, but we made it. 22nd, just as much as we needed in order to finish this thing off. Again, comers and goers is a lot of fun. It's a lot more fun whenever you're one of the guys headed toward the front, though. So we were toward the very end of the lead lap, so we weren't all that far from getting lapped. We won't worry about the point standings. But that was a lot of fun and stressful toward the end. Let's make our way back to our team garage. So 18 more fans, we'll take it. And thankfully, we get our payout this time. Good, clean racing out there. Thank you very much, Mr. Snyder. We'll compliment him. And oh, wow, that one got us 2 spots. So now he's actually friendly with us instead of just kind. All right, let's see what's next. Okay, it looks like we're going back to the dirt, which means that we're headed to Taggart. Okay, so what are we looking for? On the dirt, let's just go ahead and go challenging 4 top 10s. I think we can do that. So that'll do it for this time. Another really fun race, very competitive race, and a little bit stressful at the very end. So thank you very much for joining me, and stay tuned as we continue our Making It Fun Career Mode series here in NASCAR Heat 3.